Hello and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to look at an issue that some children face, that is the fear of the dentist, and how parents can help manage it and also to find out the factors that influence such behavior. Dental anxiety is a common problem which can affect people of all ages, but appears to develop mostly in children and teens. The terms dental anxiety, dental fear, dental phobia are all used interchangeably. Let's look at the difference between these terms. Dental anxiety is the general state of apprehension, that is, being prepared for something negative to happen. Dental fear is an emotional reaction to a specific external stimuli, whereas dental phobia is severe anxiety which results in avoidance or endurance of a situation with significant discomfort. Anxiety can be a normal response to a perceived danger, and this is particularly useful when there's a real threat. So let's take an example. So if there is a wild animal in your backyard, so one of the three F's may take place. The first F is flight, that is, you avoid or escape the situation. The second F is fight, where you defend or attack. And the third F is freeze or faint. These are just survival instincts that will help you deal with the real danger. But if there's no real danger and there's only perceived danger, then this could do more harm than good. If anxiety is too intense and very frequent, it may be considered pathological, and it also could be part of some disorder. So how can you tell if your child is anxious? Now, usually when one is anxious, there are a few physiological responses. In each person, it is slightly different, and the severity is also different. Now, this mainly occurs because of adrenaline being pumped as well as oxygen being pumped to important muscles. So what you could see would be palpitations or the heart pounding, feeling very lightheaded or faint, sweating or blushing, or needing the toilet frequently. This might be seen either in the dental office when your child is waiting for his or her appointment, or it may even happen a day or two before when your child is anticipating a dental appointment. So let's look at some of the factors that lead to dental anxiety or why this occurs in children. Now, one is it could be due to exposure to threatening information. So this could be any sort of negative information, either from peers, from family members, or even from social media. Another possibility could be because of learning from behavior of significant others who are displaying anxious behavior. So if the parent or the siblings are displaying anxious behavior and keep saying, I hate going to the dentist, or I'm very anxious, or I'm very nervous going to the dentist, then that can instill anxiety in your child. The third possibility is direct experience. Now, if your child has had a negative experience at the dentist and has associated the dentist with either pain or discomfort, then definitely your child would be anxious or nervous to go and see the dentist again. Another possibility is the fear of being judged. This is usually seen in teenagers where they fear that the dentist would judge them based on their oral hygiene or the way they brush their teeth. And whatever advice is given to them usually is taken in a very personal manner. So this also could lead to refusal for further appointments. So let's look at what one can do as a parent to avoid anxiety or to manage existing dental anxiety. The first thing to do is try and avoid displaying anxious behavior in front of your kids. So even if you hate the dentist or you're extremely anxious yourself, make sure that you do not use such words such as anxious or fear or phobia in front of your kids, and do not display such behavior when your kids are around. The second thing to do is to try and understand what unhelpful thoughts or what information is influencing your child's behavior. So sometimes it might not be your anxiousness, but it just might be some information that's passed on from peers or social media that's influencing your child's behavior. So try and understand what that information could be and try and address it and allay your child's fears. Number 3 is never lie to your children. So tell them what to expect at the dental appointment. So let me give you an example. I had an adult patient come to me who hadn't been to the dentist for about 18 years. Now, the reason was because of a memory that scarred her for life. She was told that she was only going to go for a checkup, but instead, when she went to the dentist, she had 3 teeth pulled out. So she was not mentally prepared for it, and the whole event left her traumatized. Thus, make sure you tell your children what to expect at the appointment. Try and avoid telling them that we're going to the park and instead take them to the dentist. Be truthful, and then it'll be much more easier for the child to trust you as well as the dentist. Number 4 is to inform your child not to take things personally and that the dentist is not judging you. We've had episodes where children feel that they have rubbish teeth, and each time they come to the dentist finds a new problem, and hence they feel that they're being judged and nobody likes them. That is not the scenario. It's very important to explain to your children that the dentist is there just to help you have healthy teeth. Number 5 is to take your child to the dental setting couple of times before the actual appointment. So you don't actually have to meet the dentist, but you could just take your child to the waiting area and show the child around so your child gets accustomed to the dentist. So when the actual appointment arrives, your child is well aware of what to expect. Number 6, let the first appointment be a painless one, like an examination or a chat with the dentist. So this makes further appointments for treatment a lot easier. Now, make sure you set an example and be very positive about going to the dentist. Try and be very enthusiastic, and this energy will automatically get transferred on to your children. It's very important for parents not to pressurize children into feared situations, but at the same time try not to facilitate avoidance by allowing children to avoid feared stimuli. And I also need to add here is parents try not to use any threats. Like the most common threats that we hear are, if you don't brush your teeth, your dentist is going to pull out all your teeth. Now that can instill fear in the child. So make sure you use different types of positive reinforcement to get your child to brush better. So if your child is really anxious, make sure you talk to your dentist and come up with a plan together. A lot of dentists are very good with children. They might use different techniques to make sure that your child is not too anxious on that day. So you might find that your dentist might allow you to take your own music with you, or may give your child stickers, toys, or shower them with praises, and all this will put your child at ease. So talk to your dentist well beforehand, and this will also give your dentist time to prepare for the situation. Hope you found the information useful. So make sure you do share it with your friends and family, and do subscribe for more such videos. See you in the next video.